A very good afternoon and a warm welcome to a beautiful city of Gimhae. 20 kilometers west of Busan is where you'll find where 500,000 South Korean residents call home. We're at Gimhae Gaya Golf Club this week and conditions have been perfect yet again on this weekend. Nice, balmy 25 degrees Celsius. It's certainly the warmest it's been all week long. Here's what your leaderboard looks like through 7 holes this Sunday afternoon. Yoo Ran took the 54-hole lead into the final round today, looking for her 5th KLPGA Tour title, and she's kept the foot on the gas. 2 birdies in her first 7, putting for another here at the par 4 8th. Trying to egg that one on, not going to get there. But it's been an assured performance so far this week from Yoo Ran. Timothy Lowe here. Good to have your company this Sunday afternoon from wherever in the world you're watching. Yeah, event number 3 on the KLPGA Tour schedule. Lee Hee-won, one of the rookies in the mix. Not going to collect a 5th birdie of the day there at 11, but making good progress. 4 under the card and a share of 4th right now. And another one of those players making their presence felt atop the leaderboard, Kwon Seo-yeon. 7th on the Rookie of the Year points race, but only 2 shots behind Yoo Ran in sole possession of 2nd right now. She's matched Ran shot for shot through the opening 8 holes. Both players picking up birdies at 1 and again at 7. Kwon just the par on 8. Ran with a little bit of tidying up to do for a 4 of her own. Park Yeol lost her card for the first time in her career last year. Got it back at Q School. And she has been off to a flyer in 2022. 5th place at the Lotte Rent-A-Car Ladies Open, the season opener on Jeju Island. She's currently 3 under on the day and in sole possession of 3rd at 12 under par. And slightly out of position back at 9. Now to the 8th, and Ran to clean up for another par. It's been a very, very solid performance this week from the 20-year-old. Only 1 bogey on her scorecard for the entire week. Opened with a bogey-free 67. Tossed another 67 in there yesterday as well, 68 on day 2. Is to preserve the advantage at 2. Okay, no mistakes. Another hole completed for Ran. Is she 10 holes away from her 3rd title in the last 8 months or so? The final group of the day going to make their way up to the closing hole on the Sin Eo 9 here at Gimhae Gaya, the par 5-9. Sweeps around from left to right. Trouble lurks on both sides of the fairway, although the trees at the left are more of a bother than the trees on the right. You get a bit squirrely with the tee shot, you leave it a fraction right, it should kick down to the edge of the fairway. Just a lone fairway bunker at 230 meters that will keep the players honest and perhaps keep their ball out of some trouble if they get a little active with the right hand. Most of the girls have been laying up in 2 on this 513-meter par 5. Trying to keep it hugged up the left-hand side, which does bring that fairway bunker at 78 meters from the green into play. Only 11 birdies this afternoon in this final round. Just a pair of bogeys dropped for the contenders, the 66 players who made the cut. That came at even par Friday evening. The pin today on 9. Well, that's just 4 paces from the right edge, 17 from the front. Kwon Seo-yeon. That's a winner on the Dream Tour last year. promotion to the big leagues of the KLPGA Tour that way through one of the two feeder tours in South Korea, the Dream and the Jump Tour. Certainly making the most of her rookie appearance. Gio, a little bit further up, 127 left. Coming out of the right half of the fairway, not an easy angle to attack that whole location, and that's all right. Still a chance for Gio. 69th on the money list last year, just barely losing her card. Here, run. This one very nicely yesterday, laid it up to a brilliant spot, played a lovely bit from 69 meters right underneath the hole, en route to a birdie 4. Tree like quad, hugging that right edge of the fairway. Jenny Sung. Nicely done from Yi-Sung, winner of the Evercollagen Queen's Cup last year on the KLPGA Tour. She's traveling along nicely at 11 under par, in the company of Park Gi-yeol and this lady, Choi Ye-rim. Absolutely lit it up yesterday with a 65. Huge birdie on this side of the course yesterday afternoon. She's birdied 8. And she is that to birdie 9. $800 million Korean won prize purse up for grabs this week at the Nexen SaintNine Masters. The third event of what promises to be yet another blockbuster year on the KLPGA Tour. Defending champion and reigning points champion, money list winner Park Min-ji had to withdraw after day 1. This is her good friend and the lady she out-dueled down the stretch of the Korean Women's Open last year, Park Hyun-kyung, having a real struggle today. She's 3 over par for her final round. Plenty of room to work with here on the 10th. Crowd egging that on. That's nicely judged for Park Hyun-kyung. Yet to make a birdie today. Should be able to get off the mark there at the 10th. Started only 5 shots off the lead. Finds herself 10 shots adrift right now, all the way back in a share of 26th. Gi-yeol across the green and up the hill on 9 for her birdie. Oh, it's tracking. It's tracking. Good for pace. A stress-free par will leave her an outward half of 33. Such a consistent fixture on the KLPGA Tour for many years. So it's Choi Ye-rim, really. Talented 20-something, so young are the contenders these days. The KLPGA Tour, and a 20-year-old leads the way in Yoo-Hae Ram. She is as grizzled a veteran as you can find out here in the KLPGA Tour. Well, having said that, didn't have the best of Nexen SaintNine Masters last year. We'll come back to her in a moment. Now to the 23-year-old Choi Ye-rim. Oh, what a putt there. Nicely holed for Choi Ye-rim for the second day in a row. Goes birdie to finish the outward half, although she closed on this 9 yesterday. Birdie sees her alongside Park Gi-yeol at 12 under par. Now, Jang Hana, always one of the favorites coming into any week, pitching from just over the back of the 10th. This for eagle. delightful touch. And the 16-time champion on the KLPGA Tour. Some now try to join their playing partners at 12 under. Hangs that one right. He's 21 years old. About one birdie on the scorecard, coming way back at the first hole. So these ladies in the final group have been waiting for the green to clear back there. They're in attack mode. Just about should be able to get the front left corner of the green. Can't go at the flag. Being all the way in the back right. 254 to the hole, so just 225 to the front edge. That's okay. Nicely placed. Definitely be able to fly onto the front edge with her length. The conditions, as they've been over the last 2 days, really dried out from overcast, stormy afternoon that saw players complete Thursday's opening round in some very treacherous weather. Fans come out to play, and so had the best in the KLPGA Tour. It's a steep bank on the front of the green, so I'm not sure it's going to jump up if it pitches.
거기 봉투 소리 다 들리니까 좀 가만히 계셔주세요.
Put enough muscle on this to fly it onto the front section of the green. It'll release out to the back section of the green, no problem. Doesn't sound like very good contact. As long as that avoids that bunker, too stressful moving up and down for the tournament leader. Difference in year makes for you. Missed the cut last year at this event, ending a 28 event make cut streak since she turned professional. Out to the back nine, 108 left for Lee Won on the uphill 12. That was a good club and a half short for the 19-year-old. Now the chasing pack have given Yuhei Ran plenty to think about this Sunday afternoon, but the 20-year-old holding steady at the top. 2 birdies collected today. The lead still at 2 for Heiran at 16 under par. Kwan Seo-yeon playing in the final group with her, keeping her honest at 14 under par. Good to have your company this Sunday afternoon for the final round of the Nexen SaintNine Masters. third shot now for Hyo-min. Started the day just one shot behind Yoo Hae-ran. That's more like it. The 22-year-old. Couple of opening bogeys. Birdie at 3. Great par save at the 6th hole. It's just been a little bit flat. See if she can ignite her challenge. This lady right in it. Closest pursuer to Hae-ran's lead. Seo-yeon. Make sure you throw it all the way to the hole. Get plenty of spin just like that. Well, it's certainly a bigger stage, but it's a position she's been in before with her 2 titles last year on the Dream Tour. This lady, just the 1 title on the Dream Tour. Year 1, but did win twice on the Jump Tour. Back-to-back weeks in April, though that one lacking a little conviction for Yi Won. Work to be done to keep her at 11 under par. Looks like Yoo Hae-ran's found the greenside trap of the left green. So it's a long uphill bunker shot. Not easy. So easy to come up short here. Catch too much sand. Gotta accelerate the club head through the impact zone. That is played very nicely. Not easy to convince yourself or allow yourself to try and throw it all the way to the hole. You're going to get tons of spin with those bunker shots. So Hae-ran doing the smart thing. Got a 2-shot lead. You'll need to bring a thin miss into play. Now, Cho Hye-rim on the 10th. We saw Jung Hana get over the green in 2, so it's definitely within range for Hye-rim. 140 meters, but it plays downhill. Is that going to make its way up to the green? It's going to try. That's fine. Just short of the green. Has a bit of a mound bunker shoulder to contend with her 3rd shot, but that's all right. Now, can Yi Won save a par at the 12th? A little bit of right to left in this. Oh, and that is beautifully holed from Lee Hee-won. Keeps the scorecard clean. Keeps the pressure on Hae-ran. Park Gi-yeol. A couple yards closer than Cho Hye-rim. She getting home in 2 on 10. For the first time today, hand off the club, tugs that left. It's not going to be pleasant.
플레이했습니다. 앞에 멈춰주세요.
Tournament leader Hae-ran. Slow putt from the front half of the 9th green for birdie. She made a beauty back at the 7th. Can't quite replicate it at the 9th. But a par ensures she will carry the lead into the closing 9 holes of this championship. The question is that going to be a 1-shot lead or a 2-shot lead? Because Kwon Seo-yeon has about 8 feet for a birdie to halve that advantage at the top. That close for Hae-ran, who's been locked in with the putter this weekend in the city of Gimhae. Not to beat for Hae-ran. 16 under par is some scoring from the 20-year-old. Still 9 holes to play. Don't forget last year, albeit conditions were a little bit more challenging. 10 under par after 72 holes. Got you in a playoff. That was the score that Jung Hana and Park Min-ji were deadlocked at the conclusion of regular play. Took a 2-hole sudden death playoff to crown Park Min-ji the champion. The first of 6 wins in 2021. Now, with Hae-ran just in for a par, Hyo-min, I feel like she's got to have this. 6 shots back, maybe too much to make up on the back 9. So must make for her title hopes. Oh, and a tentative stroke. A real tentative stroke. Seen that a couple of times this weekend from Jeon Hyo-min. So an outward half of 38. Started the day 1 shot back, 6 back with 9 to play. Is that too far back? We shall see. Well, how's the lie for Park Gi-yeol here? She's avoided that greenside bunker on the other green here at the 10th, so a good break. Plenty of room to work with. Get that to release out. Okay. Not her best effort, but still leaves her an opportunity to close the gap now. This to get to 15 under par. The sound of the gallery that has gathered to watch this final group tells the story. Stayed left on her and has rolled. Well, looks to be a good 2.5 feet past. Well, Jung Hana did convert for her birdie at the 10th. This for another one at 11. Roll out, roll out. Oh, yes. Trying to erase the nightmare that was her finish on the 71st and 72nd holes 12 months ago. 4th birdie in a 5-hole stretch. Here comes Jung Hana. The par 5 10th. A great start to this inward half. The closing stretch of holes at Gimhae-gaya, the start of the Nakdong 9. Playing as one of the easiest holes on the golf course, and that's just because of the severe elevation you get from the tee down to the fairway. Obviously there is trouble lurking to the left and right, but it's a generous enough target, and should you find it, we've seen balls get a little bit of kick, a little bit of extra run. If you're within 240 meters playing to a downhill green, you definitely can get home in two. Seen it from Jung Hana, Park Hyun-kyung, and Choi Ye-rim in the group just past. If you run into trouble off the tee, you can always pitch it to the bottom part of the slope, but it leaves you an uphill third shot to an elevated green. You see a lot of double greens here in South Korea. That's just because of the conditions that you get. Sometimes in the winter months, you've got a green for winter months, and you've got a green for summer months. This week, we're using the greens on the right, and the pin today cut just over that little bunker shoulder on the right-hand side of the green. And for the chasing pack, a birdie on 10 is a must if they want to keep this player in their sights. Hey, run. 2 shots ahead, 9 holes to play. Just outside the top 10 in driving distance average on the KLPGA Tour, but she's got some gears. She can turn on the speed. Leaning like that's hitting a fraction right, perhaps. It's okay. It's a nice soft bounce. She got quite all of that. Interesting to see if she can get home in 2 from the very top of the hill. Choi Ye-rim just short of the green in 2, but pitching over that little bunker slope. Might have to toss this onto the fringe, try and kill some speed. Hit the flag. Oh, goodness me. He's already made an eagle this week. That came on the 3rd hole on Friday morning. So close to finding a golden one there on the 10th, but it will be a 3rd straight birdie for Choi Ye-rim, and that takes her into sole possession of 3rd at 13 under par. I mean, this was carrying some heat, but it was on a terrific line. Ooh. Well, a lucky, unlucky shot, you could say, because if that doesn't hit the flag, it's rolling a good 10 feet past, at least. Back on the tee, and so nice to see fans out in the golf course again. Some restrictions with the coronavirus pandemic. Many fans throughout the 2021 season. And they have been rewarded with some excellent golf and glorious sunshine this week at Gimhae-gaya. It's a huge tee shot for Kwon Seo-yeon, who sets off in pursuit of a breakthrough KLPGA Tour title. Now, Park Gi-yeol is to join Choi Ye-rim at 13 under. Just slips by on the low side. And the city of Gimhae, home to 500,000 South Koreans. Worthy host for this week's Nexen SaintNine Masters. Yoo Hae-ran leads the championship, and she also leads the points race. Kim Ji-young, well, thought she'd factor a little bit more than she has this week, but still, she's leading the money list. You see there, Lee Yu-won, third on the Rookie of the Year points race. Looking to take the top spot should she get across the line this week at the Nexen SaintNine Masters, the 10th anniversary of this great championship. Final group of the day making their way down this steep hill to their second shots on the par 5 10th. All three players in play, in the fairway and in decent position, but is Yoo Hae-ran a touch too far back? We shall see in a couple of moments. The white skirt is Jeon Hyo-min. Giving up some ground, being 3 over par through 9 holes. Now Hae-ran looking at her options, and well, iron in hand. So just the layup for you, and it will be vital to ensure that this stays in the left half of the fairway. Even the left rough isn't terrible here. With that little bunker shoulder on the right edge of the green, that's sort of shielding this whole location. Makes it very challenging to get it close on the right edge of the fairway. Just a little noise in the galleries, putting off Hae-ran. Can't take your eye off the ball. At the Nakdong 9, trouble lurks on every single hole. Doesn't look overly thrilled with it, and that's why. Finished in the right half of the fairway, and look at what she's left herself. She's going to be playing out of the fairway, but a downhill lie with the ball above her feet to a pin that's tucked over a bunker on the right-hand side and guarded by a mound. You feel birdie might be out of the picture for Hae-ran, barring an incredible second shot. Now, Hyo-min. After that one hard. It's just going to stay out of the trap. No, it's not. And, well, same problem. She's got that shoulder to deal with. It's really going to depend on how that lie is in the bunker when she gets to it. Opportunity here for Kwon Soo-yeon to put a little pressure on Hae-ran. She's aiming well left, trying to play a big high power fade. It's trying. Here it comes. Finishes between the double greens. That's good thinking. That's a smart shot. Pin high left, or just past pin high left. You don't have to deal with that mound. You've got tons of room to work with. It's a pretty straightforward chip. You feel with her touch, 4 should be all but guaranteed. With Hae-ran slightly out of position down the par 5 fairway, now there could be a little change at the top of the leaderboard. It's certainly going to keep things interesting. Lee Ga-young putting together a wonderful round of golf. 6 under par with just 1 hole left to play for Guy Young. Just 63 meters left for Yuhei Ran on 10, but it's a hanging lie. Gotta be looking past the flag here. Don't want to be overly aggressive with this effort. Oh, but she is. That is a stunning shot from a very awkward lie. She's playing with plenty of confidence, you could say, Yuhei Ran. To hit a shot like that with a 2-shot lead. It takes some guts. Now, Park Hyo. Shot to the 11th. That hole today in the front left. Somewhere right about there. Very nicely played from Guillaume. All alone in 5th at the moment. Tricky little bunker shot for Hyo Min. We saw Choi Rim almost hole out in the group ahead. That is beautifully played from Hyo Min. So a chance to recover one of the 3 shots she dropped in that outward half. Now, he won. Big drive and 14. Just 120 left of this long par 4. And another pin peppered by the teenager. Looking to make inroads. Hasn't found a birdie since going back-to-back at 9 and 10. Choi Rim would love to follow in Park Hee-yeol just a yard closer. He's the 23-year-old. 15th on the points race in 2021. Sling this one in from right to left, but it's not quite slinging. It's safely aboard, and it leaves a fair amount of ground to cover for a 4th straight birdie. Great opportunity this to pile some pressure on for Kwon Seo-yeon. Settle down, settle down. It was a bit clumsy. It was very clumsy. She might actually be outside of Yoo Hae-ran now. She knows. That was a poor chip from what was a fairly simple position in 2 on this par 5. So no guaranteed for Seo-yeon. Of course, Yoo Hae-ran with that sensational wedge shot has given herself a decent look at a 4 of her own. Now, for the 19-year-old, that's for a 5th birdie of her Sunday. This will draw her level with Park Hee-yeol at 12 under par. It's a good spot to be putting from, just past pin high left. Doesn't do too much movement-wise. You want to stay positive on the back 9 when you're chasing. See this ball hit the back of the cup. That's the pace you want it going in with. Yeah, beautifully done. Capitalizes on a brilliant wedge shot. And Lee Hee-won moves within 4. Couple holes to play. Well, Hae-ran. This would be a real gut punch to the rest of the field if this one drops to get her to 17 under. Not good. Just turned left in the last couple of feet. Well, she would have taken 5 with that second shot in the air. But again, she's left the door ajar for Kwon Seo-yeon and the chasing back. Choi Rim. Well, it's a long birdie effort, but it is a chance to get to 14 under. Oh, hurry. It's gotta hurry. It's gotta hurry. It certainly had the line. And unfortunately, just going to be the par 4 for Choi Rim. Birdie run comes to an end at 11. Now, Kwon to put the pressure on Hae-ran, this to cut the lead to 1. And that is almost going to feel like a bogey to Kwon Seo-yeon. Great position in 2. Just walks off with a 5. She knows it. Now, Park Hee-yeol to join Seo-yeon. Beg your pardon, to join Hana at 13 under. Yes, well done. Brilliant birdie for Guillaume. This will get your attention on a Sunday afternoon. Okay. Another par checked off for Hayran. No inroads made by the chasing pack. The advantage is to Jun Hyo Min to creep up into the top 10 once again. Well, that's a fine up and down, and it's a third straight day she's birdied the par 5-10. That start really giving her a mountain to climb. It's off to a good start, this inward half. Now Hana, can she continue this little charge she's putting together? This to get to 14 under par. Got a chance. It looked good for a very long time for Jung Hana. It was a sluggish start to this championship. Pair of 70s to open for her, but a 67 yesterday. And 4 birdies today have propelled her right back into the title hunt. From above the 11th tee here. This is where the championship was lost. Well, one of the spots where the championship was lost for Jung Hana last year. Through the fairway into trouble. So sweeps around from right to left. Players need to be looking over that left trap. Driver for Hayran. You can fly that trap. Easy to get another 20, 30 yards of run out. Something just like that. With the pin in the front left, even if you're in the right rough, you're not going to have overhanging tree trouble for your second shot. So the tournament leader nicely placed down the right half of 11. And the closest pursuer. What kind of response does she have? 2 shots in it, 8 holes to play. Certainly starting a little bit more left, but cutting a touch. I think that should have carried the bunker. I'm not quite sure from that camera angle. Coming down 11, it's advantage Hayran. 144 million Korean won to the winner of this 10th anniversary at the Nexen SaintNine Masters, and it's Yoo Hae-ran, 2 shots to the good over playing partner Kwon Seo-yeon, with just 8 holes left to play in this final round. good news is for Kwon that ball has not found the fairway bunker. The bad news is it's a good little hanging line at the top of the hill. Coming in with a lot of club. That looks to be a 3-wood in hand, gripping well down on the shaft. Good contact. It should be turning right to left. That's very nicely done from an awkward little spot for Kwon Soo-yeon. Great response to that all squirrely tee shot. Now Park Gi-yeol on the head. She's definitely fighting something in her golf swing. Not happy with that. Tugs it to the left edge of the green. It's going to be tough to find birdies from 30, 40, even 50 feet. Park Gi-yeol. Now Hye-ran, the advantage of length in hitting that fairway. He's only got a short iron in now to this left hole location. Can be aggressive here. It's going to set up well for her eye. And she can hit shots like that. Brilliantly played from Hye-ran. He's giving them absolutely nothing, the chasing pack. Hye-ran in control and continuing to look very good from the front. See what Choi Rim can do on the 12th. A bit of an uphill lie on this gumdrop mound in the fairway. Spun out of that fraction. Is she going to get away with it? Oh dear. I think that's gone into the trees. It's going to be hard to find a birdie from there as well. So Hye-ran continuing to surge. The chasing pack stalling a fraction. Let's see if Jung Hana can find a birdie here at 13 to take her within 2. Left to right in this. Quite as aggressive as I thought she'd be on that. So a par keeps her at 13 under. He has 5 holes to play. Bob Rotella used to say, you never lose a golf tournament, you just run out of holes. To the 2019 champion, Lee Seung-yeon. Showing a little creativity on 14. Not sure that was intended, but it's worked out brilliantly for Seung-yeon. Her only win on the KLPGA Tour coming at this championship 3 years ago. Choi Rim. Short-sided here. He has nothing to work with. He's got to fan that club face open. Release that right hand under the ball. She has shown some wonderful touch and tricky spots to start this back nine. Job not done just yet on the 12th. She's given herself a decent look. Save a par. Now Yi-won on the 15th. 111 remaining. Pins just 3 paces from the left edge. A bit unlucky, that one took a big soft bounce, then release on a fraction more. Leaves about 20 feet. Gi-yeol on 12, cross the green, downhill at first, then back up the hill as it gets to the hole. To judge pace-wise, because all you see is that downhill in front of you. You always forget that the last 6-8 feet coming from that side goes back up towards this location. So work to be done for Gi-yeol and Rim at the 12th. Back at 11, Hye-ran with a real opportunity to stretch that lead even further. And we said it yesterday. The form that she's in, she's not going to be giving back shots. The chasing pack have got to come and get her. And unfortunately, for Hyo Min. It just hasn't quite been her day. A couple of bogeys to start. She's just birdied 10. Now, this is a more fiddly little pitch. She's left herself from the left side of this green. And on this angle, she doesn't have a lot of green to play with, so looking to land it right about where she was standing a minute ago. Probably with a slightly straighter face club, maybe a gap wedge, even a pitching wedge. Important to just visualize that landing spot. 3 yards short of the green in that fringe. Have that second bounce land on the green and release out. See how she got to this spot. We saw that ball just through that fairway bunker, fanned it well out to the right. Got lucky to find her ball in the trees and pitched it across the green to here. So now playing 4. Just landed in that fringe. Second or third bounce on the green. It's not going to have too much spin on it. It should scuttle out to the hole location. Played that very bravely. Carried it, I think, way too far. And as a result, has about 15, 18 feet just to drop the one shot. It's been a real struggle of a Sunday for Jeong Hyo Min. Now Lee Seong-yeon for a birdie at 14. Can't get that one to drop. Started off so well, 3 straight birdies to open her Sunday before a bogey at the 4th derailed her. Just the one birdie at 10 ever since. Now Ye Rim to keep her title hopes alive. This for par at 12. Okay, slips it in the right edge. Nicely done. Good up and down for Choi Ye Rim. This would be sum 3 from where that tee shot ended up for Kwon Seo-yeon. Oh, has she hit it? Has she hit it? Yes, she has. Kwon Seo-yeon. I don't know how she's managed that, but that's a birdie 3 at the 11th, and temporarily the lead is 1 for Yoo Hae-ran. I didn't think this was going to get there, but it's just trickled over the front edge. Keeps things interesting at the pointy end of the leaderboard. Hae-ran not going to be able to go yet because it will be Jeong Hyo Min first to putt for her bogey 5, and you really feel for her. It's been a real struggle. Now Gyeol putting from the opposite side that Ye Rim had her par putt from. A similar result. That's good 2-putt for Park Gyeol. And Choi Ye Rim remain in touching distance at 13 under. Lee Won could join them on that mark. Left to right on 15, 4 or 3. Go on. Just a bit sluggish. Had the pace on that. Oh, just 3 holes left to play. That could very well be a race run. It's going to be another great week for the 19-year-old in her rookie season on the KLPGA Tour. A top 15 finish at the KB Financial Group Star Championship, one of 5 majors on the KLPGA Tour last season. Now for bogey now, Hyo Min. A tough day. Just got a little tougher. You thought she'd be able to build on that birdie at the 10th, try to get a little momentum. It's all come screeching to a halt with a double bogey 6 at 11. Look at that, 4 over par for the final round. Slips back to 9 under for the championship. So Hae-ran finally has the turn on 11. That hole's just gotten a little bit smaller watching the putt of Kwon Seo-yeon drop. Wonderful second shot to the right position. This to double her lead once again. What a response. A classy birdie from Yoo Hae-ran. Sigh of relief. as they did on the front nine. They're matching each other hole for hole in the back nine. The lead was 1, is now 2. Once more, Yoo-Hae Ran looking unflappable at the top. This really is shaping up to be what looks to be a 2-horse race as things stand. Hae-Ran at 17, Seo-Yeon at 15, Hana, Kyo, Yerim, all 2 shots further back. Hana, Jang, just a couple holes left to play. Same can be said for Lee Yi-won. Lee Ga-young, that's the best round of the day. 8 birdies in her round of 65. Leave her inside the top 10 with another great week's work for Lee Ga-young. Now to the signature par 3 13th and Park Gi-yo. 6 iron. That's not gonna release on enough, but it's decent. It's a chance for Gi-yo.
약간 반반이에요.
27th at Q School last year. Staying one of the cards available. Sure, Yerim didn't have to worry about Q School last season. Finished 20th on the money list with 317.8 million Korean won banked. A couple of top 10 finishes as well. Was in the hunt at the Hanwha Classic. Yet to miss a cut this year, but yet to do better than 21st place at the Lotte Rent a Car. Currently shares 3rd with Jang Hana. 1 club less for Yerim. And that's going to get a little help off the shoulder. Keep feeding. Keep feeding. Down you come. Oh, that is very nicely worked out from Choi Yerim. Got a good break using that shoulder. See if she can take advantage of it. Your final group of the day, making their way to the stern test that is the uphill 12 here at Gimhae Gaya. 364 meters, second longest par 4 on the inward stretch. It feels like the longest because it plays so severely uphill. You get a touch left, you should get a kick back to the right. A couple of bunkers up the right-hand side will catch stray tee shots and some woods beyond. Well, they're going to gobble up your ball in a heartbeat. The second shot plays all uphill to this elevated green that almost sits on a further little tabletop. Guarded by that deep bunker. Short right, the pin today in the front right corner. 5 from the right, 8 from the front. Any loose iron shots out to the right will be gobbled up that bunker. And par is going to be a very good score if you find the sand. Hae-Ran knows. Got a bit of room to work with left. So she is swinging the golf club beautifully. Real control, wonderful rhythm. A smooth transition of the change of direction at the top of her golf swing. Perfect, as I suspected. Kwon Seo-Yeon, give her full credit. She is hanging tough with Big U. Who do you think the crowd want to win this week? Are the favourites or this up-and-coming youngster? Both of them. Straight down the pipe. Now, Jang Hana on the 14th. Huge tee shot, 14 playing downwind. Just 108 left. Tough to get close to this hole. Pin's cut just over that bunker on the front right. Jang Hana carrying past with compression and spin. It's an uphill putt. We'll need to get to 14 under. Ran and Kwan Seo Yeon matching each other blow for blow this Sunday afternoon at Gimhae Gaya. It's Ran who leads by 2. Just 7 holes to play here at the third event of the 2022 KLPGA Tour season. Second shot up the hill on 12 for Kwan Seo Yeon. 141 left. Can't afford to leak it right. Oh, she's gotten away with it. Just carries that trap. Guillaume on the 13th for a birdie. Moves from left to right. Good effort. Just the par. 4 under par for her final round. 4 shots behind the tournament leader. This player, Yoo Run. 28 left. Just got to be careful about leaking this one right. Oh, she has. That's rolled down to where Choi Rim was chipping from earlier on. You saw that ball on the green. That's the second shot of Jeon Hyo-min. So still battling bravely is Hyo-min. Yeah, Choi Rim. For a 2. Oh, no. Gosh. That is just going to knock the wind out of her sails. It was a good break to get it that close off the tee. And like Park Gi-yeol, puff of the cheeks tells the story. Can't afford to let opportunities like that slip by. Oh, my. So, Gi-yeol and Yoo-rim remain 13 under par. We head out to the par 4 14th group of Jang Han-nak, Park Hyun-kyung and Ji Han-sol. Chipping from off the edge of the green. Been a quiet day for Han-sol. Could get a bit noisier if that one drops. And it does. Look at that. Colourful scorecard. 4th birdie of the day, but only the 1 shot picked up. Ji Han-sol back to double digits under par. Off of the cap to the appreciative gallery that is gathered. Oh, wow. Right, actually rolled it.
라인에 앞으로 나가는데 걸리면 안 돼요. 네, 여기다 좀 주울게요. 네, 지금 주워도 되는 거죠? 네. 닦아도 돼요. 네, 닦아도 돼요.
One club length from there.
뒤에 계신 분들은
이거 치워도 되는 거예요? 네, 룰스 인테리어도 치워도 돼요.
Good fortune for Kwon Seo-yeon, but it's bad luck for Yoo Hae-ran. But a real unforced error. Had no business going anywhere near this flag. Could have been 30 feet left and it would have been fine.
주셔도 돼요?
네, 주워도 돼요.
2 drops and if it rolls back into the cart path, so you can place it.
이거는 벗어난 것 같은데. 네, 벗어난 게 아니라 아직 방해를
Has to
받고
have
있기 때문에
complete relief.
네, 네. 아직 정확하게
The obstruction that she's taking relief from.
제가 여기 봤는데.
근데 제가
Second
이쪽에서
drop
봤을 때
came to
여기가
rest. I
셀로
think
땡겨.
both official and Hae-ran have established that
걸리지는
part of
않는데.
the cart path would have still been in her way, or she would have still been standing on the curb.
뽑을게.
Just remember that at home. You must take complete relief from whatever you're getting relief from, be it a sprinkler, drain cover, in this case a cart path. So she'll take her time to assess that. We'll go back to 14 and Jang Han-nak. This will move her to 14 under par. Oh, she's got it. She's got it. She is fired up. She's 5 under on the day. And she's 3 back. With just 4 holes left to play. Not done and dusted by a long stretch. Hae-ran now with her delicate 3rd to the 12th. Unlucky, pitched it. Just that sort of gap between the fringe and the green, spat it forward. In a perfect position in the fairway. Yoo Hae-ran, the tournament leader. And that one doesn't go in. It's just going to be a 1-shot lead. And there's Jang Han-nak in her rear view mirror. Gi-yeol and Yoo-rim a shot further back. Nervy times for Yoo Hae-ran. All of a sudden, you'd think Lee Yoo-won may just be back in it, but she's got to run the table coming home. 68 meters left to the par 5 16th. And a very tidy shot. A lady collected 3 victories last year. Okay. It's all that excitement. Let's see we on. She couldn't, could she? Oh. Well played pitch. A 4 is secured for Kwon. Leader under pressure. She could gain ground without even making a birdie here on 12. Who's going to add their name to the illustrious list of previous winners here at the Nexen SaintNine Masters? Just short of the green. Here at 14 is Park Gi-yeol. This will kick from right to left once it hits the dance floor. Round you come. Round you come. Nicely played. Hey, Ron. Big moment coming right up for the 20-year-old tournament leader. This for par. Slow. Gotta hit it. It's like glue coming up that hill. Hit it, she did. What a response for Yuhei Ran. How big is that par save going to be at the end of play today? Oh, she knew it was a slow putt, and this was struck with authority. Center cup. The lead remains 2 for Yuhei Ran. So often in these championships, everything hinges on a single moment, usually on the back 9, usually with a putter. Is that moment for Yuhei Ran? What a par save. And for Jeon Hyo-min, she'll have a chance to make a birdie in just a couple minutes. Head up quickly to Lee Yi-won on 16, trying to get to 13 under par. It's just been a touch tentative over the past couple of greens with that club. 12 under. Sole possession of 6 right now. Cruising for a 28 million Korean won paycheck. Choi Ye-rim on 14. Go. Go. Got to be aggressive if you're trying to chase Yuhei Ran. Ye-rim, like Gi-yeol, not going to make anything happen there at 14. With the exception of Jang Hana, all the contenders really just sort of stuck in neutral at the moment. That's a nice 3 for Jeon Hyo-min at the 11th. Bounce back after that double at 11. Still battling hard. A lot of prize money up for grabs this week. 800 million Korean won prize purse. Kwon to tidy up for a 4. Yeah, no problem. Stays 2 back. Striking distance. Hey, Ran avoiding a drop shot at this 12th. Critical par save. Jang Hana. 14 meters left. She's staring this one down. Has it got the number? Okay. Just about. These are a left to righter for birdie. She was in the final group last year. But ball in hand on 18T. Couldn't get the job done. I'm hoping for a reversal of fortunes here in 2022. Hye-ran and company now find themselves on the picturesque par 313. The city of Gimhae in the distance, and trouble lurking all the way up the right-hand side of this 144-meter hole. One deep bunker guards the front right portion of the green. The pin today cut pretty much in the center of it, just 12 paces from the front. And you can see from the heat map of this green, everything pitches from back to front and from left to right. Red being the high point, blue being the low point. So Choi Ye-rim There's that little mound on the left side of the green to feed her ball a good 20 feet closer to the hole. So that is an option. If players want to use it, of course, the flip side to that is if you tug it a fraction, you're on the wrong side of that mound, it becomes a devilishly quick little pitch. It's a very inviting hole location, smack in the middle of the green. This place to be putting from is just underneath it, a fraction to the right. This is a straight uphill putt. No hole-in-ones yet this week. That one from Julie Kim last year on this very hole. State of affairs at the business end of the leaderboard. Heiran, 2 clear of Seo Yeon, who's only got 1 in it with Jung Hana, who's looking at a birdie opportunity at the 15th. A couple of shots further back. Here's this young lady. She's coming off a birdie at the 12th. Smooth 6-iron, you feel, maybe even a 7. Oh, Jeon Hyo-min. It seems it's just going to get past that ridge that Choi Rin gives. It's going to feed onto the back, and that's going to be a slippery one. Hyo-min. Hana. Huge putt here to get to 15 under and within 2. She's the advantage of playing in a couple of groups ahead. Can post a number at the clubhouse and watch Iran try to deal with that. Left to right. Can't get it to the hole. For the first time today, touch of frustration. That would have been a real bonus to birdie 15 to get to 15. Still 3 holes to play. 3 shots to make up. Just knew it there. Lost that previous iron shot out to the right. 6-iron seems like plenty of club for Heiran, so she's going to have to feather this. Okay. Good shot, pin high, going to use that slope. Well played from you, Heiran. Back on the tracks for the overnight leader. 18 Saturday evening to take that 1-shot lead into this final round. So Yeon did birdie 18 as well to get into this final group. The response that she had for That's the risk there. You try and use that slope, you carry on the wrong side of it. Now it's going to be very slick. The back left edge of the 13th green for Kwon. So Heiran in control, 2 clear with a great look at birdie at the 13th. Hana unable to birdie 15. She's 3 back with 3 to play. This is going to be a real ticklish one for Kwan Seo Yeon. Looking well out to the right, needs to land this in the fringe. That second bounce, land on the green and trickle down. Easy, easy. That's just what I was saying, so difficult from long left. Very tricky pitch. And the roll's almost reversed here, so she's under pressure to save a par now on the par 3 13th. Heyran in with a good look at birdie, and if that one doesn't drop, the challenge could be fading and fading fast. Seong Yeon on 16. Oh, that's a beauty. That's a real beauty from the 2019 champion. Chance for a birdie there for Lee Seong Yeon. That would be a 5th of the day, moving her to 12 under. And the comeback up for a par for Kwan Seo Yeon. Gotta have it. And she will have it. It's been some putting display from the pair at the top. Kwan Seo Yeon, it's her turn to escape with a very good par. Scorecard stays clean. She'll stay at 15 under, but this putt now for Yoo Hae-ran is to open up the biggest lead of this championship so far. It'll be 3. You've seen that this green kicks so hard from left to right. It's a very slippery putt. It's not one you want to be overly aggressive with, because if she gets a little bit too bold, it's very easy to have a 4-5 footer coming back the other way for par. So this is one of those where you really want to just see the ball trickling in over the front left edge. Nothing more. If it drops, it's a bonus. If not, the lead is still 2. But this for birdie to get to 18 under. Oh, steady, steady. There, me. Touch too much borrow. And still going to be her putt. Well, things are being kept interesting for us this afternoon. Can Giel insert her name to the conversation, and once again fighting that left miss? Oh dear. Long left on 15. That's unappetizing to say the least for Park Giel. Heyran. Come back of a par. It's only 3.5 feet. These are real testers Sunday afternoon on the KLPGA Tour. Well done. Up to the task once again is Yoo Hae-ran. Been rock solid with the putter. They'll match pars at the 13th, Hae-ran and Seo Yeon. Now Cho Ye-rim. Got to find a couple birdies. Trying to fight, keeping that from missing left. Oh, it's just left edge of the green, and that's actually okay. It's a very makeable putt for Cho Ye-rim. Hae-ran still too clear at the top, but things still on the proverbial knife edge. long 14th we go. Seo-yeon. Gets that nice kick, but it's a little bit too spicy and it'll just trickle into the left-hand rough. Not horrible with the flag in the front right today. Now, this for birdie. Okay. I thought she looked a bit tentative with that, but she'll pick it out of the bottom of the cup. Great birdie for Lee Seong-yeon. Now, Hee-ran. She'll need to look up the right half of this fairway. As bouncy as they are this afternoon. Swinging so freely. It is a pleasure to watch, and look at that one go bounding down the fairway. So Jung Han only had over 100 meters left for her second shot. Hee-ran, you feel will probably be around that mark as well. Now Gyeol, devilish little bit from the back of 15. That's very nicely played. A little unlucky, that one pitched rather soft with that first bounce. I just showed you how delicate that was. Gives herself a chance to save a par. Playing partner Choi Yoo-rim have been pretty much joined at the hip at 13 under par for most of the day. Now Jun Yi-sung, wait to play her pitch. We jump up to third shot at 16 for Jung Ha now. 76 meters left, can use a bit of a backstop, try and feed it close, stay there. Okay. And high uphill look for Hana. If she can post 16 under in the clubhouse, that'll give Hee-ran and Seo-yeon something to think about. Now to the 17th and Hyo Da-bin. Penultimate hole here at Gimhae-gaya. A 6-iron played to perfection for Hyo Da-bin. Excellent tee shot there. Now Yoo-rim, flag stick out. Chance to get to 14 under. Ooh, settle. Goodness me. Bit of rush of blood to the head there for Choi Yoo-rim. You see it time and time again Sunday afternoon. Chasing back, just can't take their chances. That one slip on 13 and again at 14. Lim Hee-jeong, second shot to the last. He's 4 under par through 10. Hasn't picked up a shot since. Gives himself a chance at the last. That's going to be a putt for a 67. Bogey-free 68 on day one, and just really never kicked off from there. Now, a couple of par savers at 15 for Park Gyeol and Choi Yoo-rim. Gyeol first to putt, right to left. Great up and down. Super touch with the flat stick. Remains clean on her scorecard and remains at 13 under par. Choi Yoo-rim slightly easier coming back up the hill, but a lot more work than she foresaw having for a 4 here at 15 to keep her level with Gyeol in a share of 4th. Yeah, well hold. Really nicely done by the pair of them. So the penultimate group going to make their way on to 16T. Final group of the day. They're almost a hole behind here. So we'll have to get a bit of a move on. Obviously, quite a large number of spectators out following the action. Yeah. left rough for Kwon. Wasting little time. And that's the difference, coming out of the rough versus coming out of the fairway. Unable to get any spin on that. He'll scuttle through the green. Heyran. 127 meters left. Past the pin on the left. That's fine. No problems. Safely on the green. 25, 30 feet away. It's a tournament to lose right now. Chasing pack running out of holes. Pars her last 5 holes. Yon's going to find 2 birdies just to force extra time. Not going to be the week that Lim Hee-jong collects a 4th KLPGA Tour title. But a chance to close out in style with a birdie at the last. This for a 67. That kind of weekend for Lim Hee-jong. Kicked off so nicely in day 1. 68 in tough conditions. It's bookend 68s in a week that leaves Lim Hee-jong at 11 under par. Another top 10 finish. Okay, Jung Hana. This is a must-make. She's thinking birdie home. Post a number 16, 17 under minimum. All starts here. Straight up the hill. Gotta be firm with this. She wasn't. Frustrated. Was bold enough with her attempt at 15. Her attempt at 16 lacks pace. And is that the end of the Jung Hana charge on Sunday? More and more, it's starting to look like a 2-horse race, as it has been for most of the day. Heyran and Seo Yeon, just 2 shots separate them. 4.5 holes to play. back edge of this. Okay. Almost. A great effort on 15. Kwon Seo-yeon, 14, beg your pardon. So at 15 under par. Up ahead a couple of holes. Hyo Da-bin for a birdie at the 17th. Oh no. It's just a straight up bad stroke for Da-bin. Brilliant tee shot to leave her in that spot. She won't find a birdie at the 71st hole. Now back to 14 in Haeran. A lot of left to right in this, but it's for a birdie. Snuggle this down there, nothing crazy. Very nicely done. The stress-free tap-in par, a leader's best friend on the back nine Sunday afternoon. And that's exactly what Yoo Hae-ran is going to find herself with at 14. 4 holes left. 4 holes away from potentially a 5th title on the KLPGA Tour. Kwon Seo-yeon is going to do her level best to make it as difficult for Hae-ran as possible. But it's Hae-ran 2 clear. 4 to go. And for Jeon Hyo-min, still plenty of money to play for here. Jang Hana, well, no one's collected more money than her ever on the KLPGA Tour. Just over 5.3 billion. That's billion with a B, Korean won in career earnings. But that looks like a big tug on the 17th. Well, big by her standards. About 20 feet left by our standards. Consolation. It's an uphill look. It's a little too late, perhaps. Sung Yoo-jin into the last. Started slow, was 1 over through the first 4, but has collected 4 birdies since. Currently 3 under, with a chance to break out of that group at 11 under par. Group that also includes Hee Jong, Lee Ga-young, and this lady, Park Ji-young. Now, very nicely done from last week's champion. Not going to go back-to-back this week, but bogey-free so far today. 3 under the card. Final 3 ball on the 15th tee. 339 meters as par 4. Dog legs gently from right to left, and the fairway actually kicks a fraction from right to left, but if you tug it left, it will kick back down into the left rough. A couple of bunkers up the right-hand side that must be avoided. Once you get up to the green, it's all uphill, much like the 12th hole, albeit not as severe. You land it short, the ball's not going to kick on. The pin today on 15, only 3 paces from the left edge, 15 from the front. So important to be putting from pin high right to leave yourself the best chance to be aggressive. If you need a 3, and doesn't Kwon Seo-yeon need 1? Was the one bad miss you could have on that green is missing it long left. Hae-ran with the lead and the honor. This par 4. Been driving it beautifully all week. No change there. Fairway bisected by the tournament leader. Now Park Eun-kyung in a bit of a struggle today for the 2-time KLPGA champion. 2 over par for her final round. Oh, hello. 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 Oh. Goodness me, that would have been some way to get back to even for the day. Tip of the cap. You weren't that far off, Hyun Kyung. Just look at this. Set time and time again on the KLPGA Tour. She is one of the best with a hybrid in hand. Look at this. Tracking, just running out of steam. But a guaranteed birdie too will take her to 8 under par. Dazzling stuff from the lady who's looking to go for the three-peat at Ildong Lakes next week at the KLPGA Championship. This major of the season. Kwon Seo-yeon is going to take a heap of confidence into Ildong Lakes as well. Could she take a first title along with her? She's 2 shots back of Hye-ran, but not giving up. Now to the 16th. Park Gi-yeol. 3 meters left. She's missed a couple left today. That's not going to be one of them. Beautifully played from Gi-yeol. E1 at the home hole. Birdie at the last. Can take her up to 13 under. Keep on coming round. Okay, giving herself a chance. Nicely played shot. And the 19-year-old certainly enjoying her promotion to the KLPGA Tour. It's oozing with talent. Rear rim, 16th. So for that to get down. Oh, and how has that stayed above ground? Goodness me, how close has she been to 2 eagles on this back 9? I mean, we thought the one at 10 was close. Look at this. It's pitched, it's grabbed just at the right time, and it's actually just spun across the face of the hole. My goodness, Choi Ye-rim. She's thrown the kitchen sink at Yoo Hye-ran this afternoon. You think either one of those drops changes the complexion of this championship significantly. It will be a birdie for Ye-rim. There at 16. Hye-ran back at 15 with her second shot. See the flag just over her cap there. Look at that tree just right of it from 117. Do not want to be left. Yeah, good smart shot. Well played. Thinking clearly as the 20-year-old tournament leader. Still in shot. Park Hyun-kyung and Choi Ye-rim coming so close to a couple of eagles. Seo-yeon. She can't be too greedy here. She's got to play out to the right, try and make a putt. Well done. What you really don't want to do in that situation, try to press too hard, make an unforced error, bogey, and just make Hye-ran's life so much easier. But for Choi Ye-rim, a second time on this back 9. It's going to be a tap-in birdie at a par 5. And it's a tap-in birdie that takes her level with Jang Hana at 14 under par. 5 under the card Sunday afternoon for Choi Ye-rim. And it'll be a tap-in birdie at the 17th for Park Hyun-kyung, albeit just to get to 1 over on the day. 8 under for the championship. That would half a 39. Really not what she was after. Look at this, she actually swapped clubs. Good call by the caddy. Longest iron in her bag was a 6 iron, so went to the hybrid, and it worked out really well because she produced one of the shots of the day in a day that has seen so many moments of brilliance from these ladies. This was almost the moment that topped them all. That close to a first hole-in-one of the week for Park Hyun-kyung. Park Gi-yeol amidst all that excitement to join Ye-rim at 14 under. No, not gonna stay up for Park Gi-yeol. So finally, There's a little separation between Park Gi-yeol and Choi Ye-rim. Ye-rim with a birdie, moves one clear of a playing partner. Gi-yeol now hanging back in 5th place, all by herself. And Jang Hana up the hill for a birdie at 17. Tentative with her last two, can't be tentative with this, but I'm afraid she has. For the 3rd hole in a row, it loses steam, peels off to the right. I think she knows it now. That's her chances of avenging last year's disappointment, all but extinguished in 2022. Now back to 15. On Seo-yeon for a birdie. That doesn't look like it has the pace. Hasn't been inspiring stuff on the greens for Kwon. Let's see for that great par at 13. Hana to clean up for her par at 17. 14 under par through 71 holes of this championship. She was 12 under par standing on the 71st tee last year before going bogey to finish at 10. Now, Heyran, as she learned from Kwon's putt, this is going to be slow. They're getting closer to it on 15. Heyran doesn't care. Tap in par. 2 up, 3 to play. Now, at the last, that's a very nice birdie there. And Hee-sung, only her 2nd birdie of the day, takes her back into the top 10. A share of 9th at 11 under par. A couple of birdie opportunities here. First to go, Sung Yoo-jin to move to 12 under. Fraction right, but a tidy round of 69 to close for Sung Yoo-jin, especially after being 1 over through her first 4. She'll take that quite handily. There are birdie putts to come for Lee Won and Park Ji-young, which could pinch a couple of dollars out of her pocket. That's the formalities of some par putts at 15 for the top 2 on the leaderboard. Seo-yeon. Yeah, well done. Confidently struck. She needs a bit of that with the birdie efforts. Got to scare the hole if you want to try to make things difficult for Heyran. Try to put some pressure on her. Because if not, Heyran is just going to cruise home. And a couple of pars in that 2-shot lead. It's another par for Heyran. It's another step closer to the clubhouse. Now Park Ji-young for a birdie to get to 12 under for a 68. Oh, that's brilliant. Well done. Nice birdie to close for Park Ji-young. Lovely tidy scorecard. Follows up her win last week with a solid top 10 finish this week at the Nexen SaintNine Masters. She'll be one to watch at the KLPGA Championship next week. Season opening major championship, one of 5 available each year. Lee Yoo-won, well, this to get to 13 under and to a share of 5th. It's got a chance. It's got a chance. How about it? 66 to close for Lee Yoo-won. Are we looking at one of the stars of a very bright future for the game in South Korea? Top 5 finish for her this week. The rookie the 19-year-old. Well played, the E1. Now to 17, and Park Ki-yeol, who has company at 13 under par. There's oohs and ahs from the gallery because that should start to feed left. Down you come. Down you come. That is very well played. That's the textbook way to attack this hole. Toss it out to the right edge of the green. Let it feed back around. Nicely struck tee shot for Park Ki-yeol. The last par 5 on this inward 9. Hee-ran on the tee. Okay. Safely negotiated. And the real trouble that players can run into at Gim Hae Gaya is if the driver gets a little squirrely, it almost feels like the walls are closing in on you. It gets very claustrophobic. Trouble lurks off left and right of each fairway. But you're swinging it as well as Yu Hee-ran and Hwan Seo-yeon. And there are birdies to be had out there. A pair of them have made plenty. And they're side by side on this 16th fairway. Seo-yeon, 2 behind Hee-ran. The two identical scorecards. 3 birdies, no drop shots. Hee-ran, 2 clear, 3 to play. Hana on her last year in with a birdie opportunity to come at 17. For Lee Ga-young, that's the low round of the day. A 65 vaults her into the top 10 here in the closing stages of the 10th Nexen SaintNine Masters. Second shot on the way for Kwon Seo-yeon at the 16th hole. Yeah, nicely done. Well placed. You want to be in the right half today of the 16th fairway. Use the angle, use the slopes to get it close. Heyran a couple moments after that. Following her playing partner down the middle of the fairway. You'd be hard pressed to see her dropping any shots coming in, so really the ball is in the court of Kwon Seo-yeon. Jung Hana can't do much more than a birdie at the last to get to 15 under. Lee Seung-yeon just hoping this is the final shot in her day. Yeah, nicely done. Good week for the 2019 champion. She'll close with a round of 68. A share of 7th at 12 under par with Park Ji-young. Choi Ye-rim. Is there a last gasp effort in the challenge of this 23-year-old? Birdie opportunity at the penultimate hole to get to 15 under. Lovely effort. Couldn't be too bold with that coming down the slope. So like Jung Hana, one hole remaining, 14 under par. Heyran, your tournament leader on 17 under, nicely placed, just short of the par 5 16th in 2. Park Ji-yeol. Good tee shot. Much easier putt than Ye-rim's, both in proximity and what it's going to do break-wise. This is more right to left. Much more comfortable for a right-handed golfer to have a right-to-left breaking putt. Slightly up the hill as well. It's a very makeable putt, and it's a really good opportunity to make it a three-way tie at 14 under. Forgot to hit it, Gi-yeol. Oh, that's really annoying. It's a good tee shot, but it's just a par 3. Park Ji-yeol. Third shots now for the final group into the par 5 16. Really hasn't turned into the Sunday to remember for Jeon Hyo-min, which she's battling bravely. Give her full credit, she will take a ton of experience from Kim Hae-gaya this week. 77 meters left. Gets that nice kick forward. All right, there's a chance for a birdie. 3 over the card in this final round. Now Kwon needs to pile some pressure on. Got to send this one dancing around the flagstick. Now straight over the top of it. Gets a little bit of spin. Okay. Now Park Hyun-kyung almost made hole in one at 17. What does she have for us here at the 18th? 117 meters left to go. Finds the front section of the green, 20 feet left for a birdie. That would be for a 72. Heyran. Can she get one hand on the trophy? Stick it close here. 18 under par would almost be an insurmountable target. Okay. Well played. She's going to be showing Kwon Seo-yeon the line. 16 birdie putts for the pair of them. Jung Hana. Second shot into the last for 99. Close the clubhouse target, but what's it going to be? just a touch long. Shut that club face down, went a couple of extra yards. Tugged to the left. Couple of 70s to open for Hannah. 67 yesterday, 5 under par today. Hera for a 4 at 16. Drifts to her right. Now, it was a good effort. It's going to be a 5th straight par for the overnight leader. One shot off the pace after the opening round. Has held the lead at the end of play every single day since. Now Hyun Kyung to finish in style at the last. This for birdie. Just that kind of afternoon for the 4-time KLPGA Tour champion. 1 over par round of 73 for Park Hyun Kyung. She's got eyes on a bigger prize. The first major championship of 2022 awaits next week at Ildong Lakes, where she is the 2-time defending champion. Okay, tournament right here for Kwan Seo Yeon to draw within 1 with 2 holes to play. Flagstick back in. A couple of players do prefer that. It feels like you give yourself something to aim at, and I think she's just saying that that ball might have moved. She hasn't caused that to move. Will not get a penalty. It's one of the popular changes in the rules of golf. Governing bodies, the USGA and the RNA, continually striving to keep the rules relevant, make it fair and enjoyable for all levels of players, whether you're a Kwan Seo Yeon or you've just picked up the game. So she'll be able to respot that ball with no penalty. This for birdie to cut the deficit to 1. Not high enough. Not high enough. Great chance to put a little heat on Heyron. She stays 2 shots back. Now Jihan Seol for a closing birdie for a round of 70. This will get her into the top 10. Go on, Hansel. Have it, why don't you? A great birdie at the last for the 2-time winner on tour, yet to win a 72-hole event. But a nice, solid week after a disappointing 74 to open. Hansel ends the week at 11 under par. Jung Hana, wouldn't she love this to drop as well? This to post the target in the clubhouse at 15 under. No, say it isn't so. Birdie putts on 15, 16, 17 and 18. All run out of steam, all finish right of the cup. It's going to be yet another top 5 finish for Jung Hana. Pair of 70s to open, pair of 67s to close. She ends the week at 14 under par. Post the target in the clubhouse. You just feel it's not going to be enough this week for last year's runner-up. Because this young lady has been in imperious form from the word go at Gimhae Gaya. 20 years of age, 4 titles on her resume. Yet to finish outside the top 5 this year in her 2 starts on the KLPGA Tour. 3rd at the season opener on Jeju Island, 4th at the Mediheal Championship last week. 10 straight rounds under par coming into today. 2 rounds left and a 2-shot lead. It's on a very nice line if it's got the number. Yeah, it's safe on the green. It's going to work its way back round to the left. Very nicely played from Heyran. Good smart shot. What kind of response can Kwan Seo-yeon conjure up here? Start at the left edge, and that's tugged. Settled down. Okay. It's going to finish left of the green, slightly below the level of the putting surface. Not an excessively problematic up and down remaining. At the home hole, Park Gi-yeol. Share of 5th right now at 13 under par. 117 meters left. To stay right. And 7. Okay. A nice shot for Park Gi-yeol, who has battled her swing on the back 9, but she's bogey-free and 4 under par, inside the top 5. Looking for a second top 5 finish in her first 3 starts of 2022. Certainly doesn't want the stress of battling for a tour card like she was at the end of the 2021 season. Eventually finishing 69th on the money list. Choi Rim coming out of the right rough here, and it looks to be a fairly heavy lie. Right now sits in a share of 3rd with Jang Hana. That pins 18 paces from the front edge of the green. On this angle, with this line, and also to compound that, looks like she's coming out of Sandfield Divot. You have to be looking out to the right here. You want to carry it at least 10, 12 yards onto the green. So ideally want to be coming down a little bit steeper, sharper angle of attack. Out of the Sandfield Divot, so it's going to pop up a little bit higher with a little bit more spin. Easy to catch these fat. You overcompensate, easy to catch this thin. Sounded a touch heavy. Okay. Yeah, comes up short. Real unlucky break for Choi Rim. Finding that heavy line, the right rough. So work to be done to stay in a share of 3rd, but Yoo Hae-ran too clear with a birdie look at 17. Kwan Seo-yeon just off the green. It's Hae-ran's championship to lose here at the 10th Nexen SaintNine Masters. What a Sunday it's been here at Gimhae Gaya, event number 3 in 2022. So, second shot to 17 for Kwan Seo Yeon. Playing that well back in his stance. Trying to chop down on it. And it's, well, okay, underneath the hole. Easier putt for par than if she had ran that past the pin, leaving a downhill slider. Up to 18 and Choi Ye-rim. A lot of money here. She gets this up and down. A share of third place with Jung Hana would pay about 52 million Korean won. She drops into a share of fourth, three-way share. She's looking at about 30 million Korean won. So about 20 million on the line here. Can't get the flagstick to get in the way there. Could be an expensive, unlucky break on the last for Choi Ye-rim. Don't forget Park Gi-yeol has a putt to get to 14 under in a bit. Back to 17. And the lady at 17 under. Okay, cozying it down there. That's all she needs to do. Kwan Seo Yeon can do no better than a par, and that's not even assured yet. So just two putts will guarantee her at least a two-shot lead in the 18th. Two good swings away from a fifth title. Now, Park Gi-yeol to close with a birdie to get in at 14 under. And close with a birdie she will. Park Gi-yeol vaults herself into a share of third with Jung Hana. 67-67 on the weekend. That's how you do it. One for par at 17. Very nicely done. She's been rock solid from that range this afternoon. Unable to make a dent in the lead of Yoo Hae-ran, but fending off the group at 14 under, which now includes Park Gi-yeol. This for Ye-rim to avoid a flip-flop at the end here for a par. No. And just like that, Choi Ye-rim slips back into a share of fifth. Park Gi-yeol grabs a share of third. And her only bogey of the day is going to cost her about 20 million Korean won. Still a top 5 finish. Another solid week for Choi Ye-rim. Hae-ran for a two-shot lead with one to play. No problems, never in doubt. Yoo Hae-ran with one hand on the trophy with just the 72nd hole to play. It's been a commanding performance from start to finish this week for Yoo Hae-ran. Only the par 4 18 standing between her and the title. It's a 343-meter closing hole here at Kim Hae-gaya. A couple of bunkers up the left-hand side and a whole lot of nastiness to the left of that. There's a ton of room to the right on this fairway. Even if you push it into the edge of the right trees, it will kick back down. Most of the players going to be coming in with anywhere from a wedge to a 7-iron to a slightly raised green. One bunker fronting the front right portion of it. The pin today on this closing hole, it's 18 from the front and it's 8 from the left. There's a big fall-off area to the left that will get the players' attention, but anything 20 feet right would be more than acceptable for this final 3-ball here at the last. Appreciative applause for the final 3 players on the golf course this afternoon from the galleries that have returned in force to the city of Gimhae. Kwan Seo Yeon hoping there's one last script change at this 10th anniversary of the Nexen SaintNine Masters. Jeon Hyo-min, it hasn't been the Sunday she was hoping for. Started one shot back of Yoo-Hae Ran, but she's delighted us with some fantastic golf this week. And Yoo-Hae Ran steps onto the 72nd tee with a 2-shot lead in the Nexen SaintNine Masters. 343 meters separate her from a 5th KLPGA Tour title. See a giant replica of the trophy in the background. Iran's got one hand on it. 2-shot cushion. 2 good swings away from the championship. Going with driver, staying aggressive, staying positive. Just look at that. Greenside trap up the right. Nothing further left of that. Tournament leader up by 2 on the 72nd tee. Is it a bit squirrely? It's up the left, and okay, it would have been heart in mouth for Yoo-Hae Ran, but it's worked out absolutely perfect. Left edge of the fairway. Part 1 of the equation done. It's fine, Hae Ran. It's fine. Kwon also eyeing this one up. He'll get a nice little kick. And as long as it avoids a divot, which it does, that should be fine. Cruising for a nice paycheck here. Seoul second gets you 88 million Korean won. Last year on the Dream Tour, she banked 91.8 million Korean won. Finishing second on the money rankings. Final player in this group, Hyo-min. Just dropping a shot back at 17, so 9 under. 4 over for the final round. Safely down the straight and narrow at this final hole. Inside of the top 20 right now. Hae Ran looking to extend her lead atop the points list. She'll leapfrog Park Ji-young atop the money list with a victory here this week. And Seo-yeon will move to the top of the rankings in the Rookie of the Year points race, even with a runner-up finish this week. How about that for a scene coming up the last? Spectators returning, golf booming, and Yoo-Hae Ran sits atop of it all. 2 shots to the good. I don't know about you guys, but 2022 promises to be a huge year for the KLPGA Tour. Plenty of prize money up for grabs, prestigious titles. First of 5 major championships will be contested next week at Il-dong Lakes, the 44th playing of the KLPGA Championship, where Park Hyun-kyung will be looking to be only the 2nd woman to win the KLPGA Championship 3 years in a row. Certainly hope you can join us for that in a couple days' time. Still, there's the formality of the 72nd hole at the Nexen SaintNine Masters. Inside the top 20, that'll pay out just around 8 million Korean won. If you can find a birdie, she'll slip up into the top 15. Can't afford to miss this green left. It's a nice shot for Jeon Hyo-min. Again, it's going to be a wealth of experience for the 22-year-old who turned pro back in 2018. Chance for a couple of extra $1 million on the last for Hyo-min, but Hye-ran, I think on the putting surface will do. 97 meters left for the tournament leader. You can be sure that ball wasn't going left of the flag. Pin high. Excellent shot for Yoo Hae-ran. And for Kwon Seo-yeon, it's the last chance saloon here. It's going to get a big kick off that downslope and release on. A nice shot, all but locks up a solo second finish for Kwon Seo-yeon. Yoo Hae-ran enjoying the walk up the 18th at Gimhae-gaya, moments away from a 5th career title on the KLPGA Tour. Who got into the top 20 in the Rolex Women's World Rankings at the end of 2020. Had a really rough start to the 2021 season, did Hae-ran. Missing the cut for the first time as a professional at the Nexen SaintNine Masters. She rallied strong to finish the year. I think we'll be seeing a little bit more of Kwon Seo-yeon and even Jeon Hyo-min over the course of the 2022 season. It's all about Yoo Hae-ran this week. Former 16th ranked player in the world. Winner of the season-ending SK Telecom Championships. And after struggles to start the year, Hae-ran 12 months later to continue her climb at the world rankings. Moved to #1 on the money list, #1 on the points list after this week. Still, the job isn't done. She just has to wiggle this one up close and then she can breathe a big sigh of relief. Quite like winning in front of crowds. Once again, her 2 titles that came last year. No spectators were allowed out the golf course due to COVID-19 precautions. It's been a unique experience for the players. In front of crowds again after 2 years. There's nothing quite like winning in front of a gallery. Hae-ran for the closing birdie. Left on the bone for Hae-ran, so job not quite done yet. Of course, Kwon Seo-yeon would still need to hold her birdie, but to have any sort of impact on the outcome of this championship. But for Hae-ran, new sponsor on board this year. The folks at Dow will be very happy with their new superstar. So Kwon Seo-yeon. Any chance of a potential script change late Sunday afternoon for birdie, and it's got to go. Oh my. Oh my. She gave that a mighty try. And she has played some excellent golf in the pressure-packed environment of the final group Sunday at a KLPGA Tour event. Going to come up short this week, but get used to that face and get used to the name of Kwon Seo-yeon. She is certainly the star of the future. As is this lady, Jeon Hyo-min. This will be her best finish on the KLPGA Tour. Previous best was 31st back in 2021. Closing birdie to get her to 10 under par in a share of 14th place. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. That's a nice birdie. It's a disappointing 75 in the final round, but a top 15 finish for Jeon Hyo-min. Well played, young lady. We've enjoyed watching some brilliant golf from her throughout this week and look forward to more of the same throughout the rest of the 2022 season. Interesting here. Yu Run electing to putt first. Seo-yeon still not in the hole yet. Run for a par and a 2-shot victory. Hang on a minute. Goodness me. For those of you ardent golf fans who watched the Masters a couple of weeks ago, you know, Scotty Scheffler took a sizable lead into the 18th and, what, 4-putted to comfortably win the championship. I mean, Run had absolutely no business in trying to force that one in. She could have just lagged it up there to tap in range for all we care. And now there's a little bit of unnecessary stress left on this one. For a player who has looked so solid with the flat stick all week long. This is bizarre. Still, deep breath, settle yourself. Still has this for the championship. And there it is. Well, there was drama at the end, but Yoo Run will collect a 5th title of her young career, the 20-year-old, your winner here at the Nexen SaintNine Masters. And for Kwon Seo-yeon, a par at the last, good enough for a closing round of 69. A solo second-place finish. An 88 million Korean won, but Yoo Run, 144 million Korean won heading her way. Points for the Player of the Year points race. She moves to number 1 on the points leaderboard. Moves to number 1 on the money list. Collects a 5th title of her career. And a dream start to 2022 continues for big Yu Hei Ran. Only made 2 bogeys all week long. 16 under par. She would not be caught. A winner on the KLPGA Tour once again. Congratulations, Yu Hei Ran, your winner here at the Nexen SaintNine Masters. What a performance from the 20-year-old.
뭘요? 뭘 한 번 더 해요? 뭘 더 해? 아니야. 아, 삼촌 진짜 왜 그래 나한테?
Another look at the winning moment. A couple of nervous eyes were on that. She made it a lot harder work than it needed to be. But the result was inevitable. Yu Hei Ran, a winner for the 5th time in her career, a winner for the 3rd time in the last 7 months.
추첨을 진행할 예정입니다.
Hey Ran, of course, just got to make sure that all the numbers on that scorecard are correct. I can tell her 9 digits that'll make her feel a lot happier. 144 million Korean won. She will bank for lifting the 10th anniversary of the Nexen SaintNine Masters. She has got to be one of the red-hot favourites at the first major of the year next week at Ildong Lakes, KLPGA Championship. The one thing missing from her impressive resume and her young career so far is a major title. And off the back of a very strong performance this week, you'd fancy her chances to be right in the mix this time next week at Ildong Hills. But it's Yu Hei Ran with a closing 70 who wins the Nexen SaintNine Masters by 1 over Kwon Seo-yeon, who will move to number 1 on the Rookie of the Year points race. Great 65 to finish. We'll see Lee Ga-young and her week in the top 10. Lee So-mi, well, she'll be disappointed. She couldn't build on that opening round of 66. She finishes at 7 under par. Park Chae-yoon, 68 yesterday, disappointing 75 today from the former major champion. Min Song ending things at even par. Hong Jung-min, a good 4 under par round of 68 today to leave her inside the top 40. 66 players made the cut. All cash checks at the end of the week, but no check bigger than the 144 million Korean won cashed by our champion, Yu Hei Ran. Well played, your winner of the 2022 Nexen SaintNine Masters. Just look back at the wonderful champions who have lifted this trophy in the past. Yang Soo-jin won the inaugural edition back in 2013. Baek Kyu-jung, she picked up the trophy in 2014. Ko Jin-young, current world number 1. She was triumphant in 2015. Park Sung-hyun, a former world number 1, went home with the goods in 2016. Kim Min-sun, 5, made the cut this weekend. Unable to replicate her success in 2017. Lee So-young, unfortunately, bowing out at the halfway stage. And a good week for the 2019 champion, Lee Seong-yeon, finishing inside the top 10 this week. And unfortunately, Park Min-ji unable to defend her title after withdrawing on day 1 after an opening round of 73. But 2022 is going to crown Yu Hei Ran as the newest winner of the Nexen SaintNine Masters on the 10th anniversary of this championship. It's a 20-year-old who picks up the goods at Gimhae-gaya. worthy champion indeed, Yu-Hei Ran. Let's get off to some highlights, starting on the very first hole, where we thought, well, things could get a little interesting. Kwan Seo-yeon with an opening birdie to cut the lead to just one. But Yu-Hei Ran, well, she was up to the task. They matched each other shot for shot from the very first hole. Hei Ran with a birdie of her own. The lead was 2. And up to the 7th. Same thing again. This time it was Hei Ran first to strike. Medium length birdie putt. Finding its target for Yu-Hei Ran. It took her up to 16 under par. And once again, the ball was in the court of Kwan Seo-yeon. As she's done all week long. Put the flagstick back in. Rolled the rock. Perfect. Grabbed a piece of the cup. Spun around and dropped in to stay within 2. And then out to the 11th. And Hei Ran with an enormous tee shot. Took advantage of her length. Opened up the angle beautifully. Played a brilliant wedge shot just underneath the hole. But Kwan Seo-yeon found the green from an awkward lie just outside the fairway bunker, and she pounced, found an unlikely 3 at the 11th to pile the pressure on Hei Ran once more. Hei Ran, as she did all week long, was up to the task. Buried that birdie to keep her advantage at 2 over Kwan Seo-yeon. There were others that were trying to make a move and pressure this 20-year-old who was under the pump here on the 12th. Got a free drop from the cart path after a wild iron shot. That's all she could do with the pitch. And then this was such a big moment. A par-saving putt. Kept her too clear. The 15th, on the 13th, beg your pardon, Kwan Seo-yeon, well, she was on the other foot. Missed it left, long, not where you want to be chipping from. And all of a sudden, she was under pressure to try to stay within touch. And what does she do? Drano. A brilliant up and down. Kept things interesting for Hei Ran. Still 2 shots back. And then on the 18th, well, there was a little bit of drama. Hei Ran running her par putt by to here. But a bogey was all she needed. She managed that with ease. Breathed a sigh of relief. Only her 2nd bogey of the week. Close with a round of 70. And a 1-shot victory for KLPGA Tour title number 5. And her first win at the Nexen SaintNine Masters. What a spectacular week it's been here at Gimhae Gaya Golf Club. The 10th anniversary of this championship did not disappoint. Yu-Hei Ran, your winner by 1 at 16 under par. Your new number 1 on the points list and the money list. Simply sensational.
나 우측으로 한 걸음만 해. 놔두세요. 놔두세요.
네. 수고하셨습니다. 자, 다음 주는 운동만을 기다리겠습니다.
네, 넥센 세인트나인 마스터즈 2022 영광의 우승자 유혜란 선수가 넥센 타이거 카드를 타고 시상식장으로 이동하겠습니다.
네. 자, 움직이겠습니다.
네, 유혜란 선수가 우승자 개인 투표에서 시상식장으로 이동하겠습니다.
제가 기록을 말씀드려야 되겠네요. 자, 1라운드 67, 2라운드 68, 3라운드 67, 4라운드 70, 총 합계 292타를 기록한 유혜란 프로입니다. 축하합니다.
너무 축하드립니다. 유혜란 프로가 시합에 앞으로 가고 있습니다.
네.
계속해서 뜨거운 박수 부탁드립니다.
우리 시상에는 넥센으로 강정무 선생님께서 수고해 주시겠습니다. 자, 먼저 우승 자켓을 전달해 주시죠.
보라색 자켓을
네.
드리겠습니다.
자, 다음은 트로피가 전달되겠습니다. 부탁드립니다. 자, 이거 의미가 있어요.
네, 맞습니다. 오늘은 세인나인 마스터즈 트로피는요, 자신감, 멘탈을 상징하는 타자와 우승을 상징하는 어플을 선물하고 있습니다.
자, 앞에 보세요. 자, 도움이 좀 나와주세요.
사진 잘 나와야 됩니다. 예쁘게 찍어주십시오.
자연광이
사진 촬영하겠습니다. 유혜란 프로. 넥센 세인나인 마스터 2020.
자, 여기 앞에 보세요. 자, 잘하셨습니다. 네.
잘한다. 그래도 뭐, 굉장히 다 이제,
감사합니다.
정말 편안한 게 있었죠.
네, 축하드리면요. 세리턴 BJ 헬스케어 두바이 스타트가 부상으로 제공됩니다.
네.
더불어 부산 향수기업죠. 후보 전자에서 분량의 공급 앞으로를 1위부터 3위 선수에게
자, 앞에 보세요.
감사합니다. 네, 축하드리고, 네. 그리고, 트로피를 드리고, 상금도 받고, 선물까지, 네. 부탁드리겠습니다. 네. 방금 전에 수고하셨고요. 마지막으로 꽃다발 수료가 있겠습니다. 수상은 KLPGA 김수미 수석위원님께서 도와주시겠습니다. 네, 전달해 주시죠. 네.
박수와 함께 유혜란 프로에게 축하를 전해주시기 바랍니다.
네.
너무 예뻐요.
자, 앞에 보세요. 자, 잘했습니다. 하나, 둘. 네, 감사합니다.
너무 축하드립니다.
자, 이어지는 부분은 메이저로가 수상자들에게 함께 사진 촬영을 하도록 하겠습니다. 메이저 여러분, 수상자 모두 앞으로 나와주세요.
트로피 주세요, 트로피.
So a week that started with thunderstorms and rain ended with bright, beautiful sunshine. Gimhae Gaya, a wonderful test for 120 players that teed it up this week in search of the 10th anniversary of the Nexen SaintNine Masters. But it's Yuhei Ran who stands head and shoulders above the field, the 20-year-old collecting her 5th KLPGA Tour title with a flawless performance. Her 11th straight round under par, a 70, sealed the deal today. A one-shot victory for Yuhei Ran, who will head into next week's KLPGA Championship with a wealth of confidence. That about does it for this week's coverage from Gimhae. We do hope you've enjoyed the coverage. It's been a real pleasure and an honor. That's it from this week at the Nexen SaintNine Masters. See you next week for the first major championship of the 2022 season at Ildong Lakes. This is Timothy Lowe saying bye-bye for now.